Is this the Spotted Dick pub?
Yes. Are you the band?
I am Pete from the Mafia, but you can call me the idiot.
Where are the others?
We pride ourselves on getting to gigs at 7 o'clock prompt. This means that Grapes will have been here since 3:30. The remainder of the band will arrive at random times between now and next Tuesday. Our singer, for example, won't be arriving for another 3 hours or so.
Do you have a road crew?
Yes, but they are never here on time. JTS and Flash come out in a rash if they are asked to unload the van, and Kathy is never on time because she has not yet learned how to tell the time. She also has difficulty with navigation.
Why does she have difficulty with navigation?
She cannot tell left from right. She does own a satellite navigation system, but this will only take her to Russia.
Who else is in the band?
I am not sure. We have had many lineups and I am very old and confused. It can be difficult to keep track. I think there is someone called Nob, or Nobby, or something.
How will I know this Nobby?
He is easy to spot. He will be wearing a hat, and a scarf, and a coat, and far too many clothes, because he is, in fact, a reptile. If his body temperature drops below a certain level, he gets very aggressive and starts abusing the guitarist. He will also forget the words to Number of the Beast.
Is he your singer?
Yes. He sings most of the songs. At least, he does when he remembers them. At other times he will turn and face me looking scared and blank, waiting for a prompt. Or he will pretend his microphone has broken.
Is he the only singer?
We all sing a little. Most of the band will sing harmonies, except me. I just sing random notes, because I am a drummer, and wouldn't spot a harmony if it set up camp in my bathroom and started a small fire.
Who is your main guitarist?
I think it is a man called Richie, though I'm not sure. He is from Liverpool and consequently nobody can ever understand anything he says. We just nod along and pretend. You will know him because he will have about 15 different guitar effects pedals which take up half the stage. Some of these are homemade, most of them don't work, and all of them were designed to make him louder than everything else. He is almost completely house-trained though. If you feed him pie and beer occasionally, he will behave himself.
Is Richie a good guitarist?
It is hard to tell. He uses the theory that if you play enough notes, some of them are bound to be right.
Who is this Grapes person that arrived 3 hours early?
Grapes is the other guy in the band. He pretends to play the guitar and keyboard badly while simultaneously pretending to sing out of tune. He is very enthusiastic, but in reality he is utterly unnecessary and no one has the heart to tell him. We took him out of the mix in 2003 and nobody noticed. He is like an injured puppy that no one can bear to put out of its misery.
Why was he here so early?
Grapes' sound check can last several hours. This is because he needs to change his guitar sound for every gig, and this means reprogramming whichever multi-effects pedal he is using that week. This can be particularly painful for the rest of the venue because it has to be done at full volume and he only knows 3 chords. And 2 of them are A.
Who is your bass player?
We do not have a bass player. Our bass player changes at least once a month. This is the law. I am such a special drummer. We have yet to find a bass player that can play in time with me.
It all sounds very exciting.
Not really. Some things never change. We will always play Jump and Sweet Child. The bass will be louder than everything else. Andy will use the iPod like he has never seen one before. Richie will wank over Purple Rain like an angry chimp. I will drop nearly all my sticks because I am old and blind and cannot catch them anymore. And JTS will strut around importantly until something goes wrong, whereupon he will completely fail to notice for at least 20 minutes.
Is JTS your manager?
I can see why you might think this. A lot of people think this. With his three-piece suit, briefcase and clean-cut looks, JTS does look exactly like a manager. However, JTS is not our manager. JTS is employed to pack up, load the van and shout at people.
Will you pack up quickly after the gig?
No. We have at least 10 people on site at every gig, and during pack-up anything up to 2 of these will be working at any given time. JTS will be busy getting stressed if his special cables don't go in his special cable love nest. Kathy will either be cornered by one of her internet stalkers or will be playing with her phone. Flash will look extraordinarily busy and will achieve nothing. To be honest, it's a miracle if we are packed up before sunrise.
So JTS loads the van?
Well, he pretends to. In reality, he sits in it, drinking, and barking out unintelligible orders at people, while the band completely ignore him and throw the gear at him randomly. He then chucks it in the van like he is playing a drug-induced game of three-dimensional Tetris. It is packed differently every time, but we pretend we don't notice to keep him happy. Actually, I am joking. It is not as bad as I have made out. We are really quite efficient. We will normally be packed and away within 4 hours of finishing the gig.
Will there be a permanent record of the gig?
Oh yes. One of our crew, Stu, will take photos of the gig.
Is Stu a good photographer?
No. Stu takes photos like Richie plays guitar solos. If you throw enough shit, some of it might stick. During the average gig, Stu will take about 800 photos. Of these, 400 will be taken with the lens cap on. 300 will be out of focus. About 90 will be of the ceiling or people's shoes. If we are lucky, we might get about 10 pictures which are usable. That won't stop Grapes posting 300 of them on Facebook the following morning and then tagging everyone so they get several hundred emails and text messages clogging up their inbox.
Well, I must say it all sounds very thrilling. I can't wait.
I am afraid you will have to. Our singer will not be arriving for another 3 hours or so.